we will be discussing about noun subordinate clause. But before discussing this topic, let us first understand what are clauses. Now, clauses are basically a group of words which contain a subject and a predicate within it, and it also contains a verb. So, example can be, I shall win today. So here, I shall win today is a clause. It makes a sense on its own, unlike a phrase. I say that I can go. Now, I can go, it contains a subject, it contains a predicate and a verb. And I can go, even if I do not use other words to complete the sentence, clause itself acts as a complete sentence. Now, talking about noun subordinate clause. Noun subordinate clause is defined as a clause which contains a subject and a predicate within it, and it works as a noun. So the definition of noun subordinate clause can be, that it contains a subject and a predicate within the clause, and because we are talking about noun subordinate clause, so and works as a noun. Okay, so it works as a noun. Example of such clauses can be, I expect to get a prize. When I say I expect to get a prize, now to get a prize does not contain a subject and it does not contain a predicate. But the condition for a group of words to become a clause is that it requires a subject and a predicate. And the one which does not has a subject and a predicate is considered to be a phrase. So now, if I say that think to get a prize is a phrase or a clause, I will say that this is a phrase and not a clause. Why? Because it does not contain a subject and a predicate within it. Therefore, this will be my noun phrase. Remember that there is just a minor difference between a phrase and a clause, and therefore people get confused between that. But we do not need to get messed up between these two topics. A phrase will not contain a subject or a predicate, while a clause will always contain a subject and a predicate within it. This is my noun clause. Why this is my noun clause? Because here I am using the word expect. And since it is the object of the verb expect, therefore I consider it to be a noun phrase. But when I say I expect that I shall get a prize. Now I shall get a prize. Here I am getting a subject, I am getting a predicate along with a verb. These are the three conditions to match the clause. I shall get a prize. Here this becomes my noun clause. And why this is my noun clause? Because I am getting a subject in my clause, I am getting a predicate in my clause, and I am getting a verb. and the collection of all three makes a clause. And since here expect is the verb and price over here is my noun, it defines the noun, it works as a noun, therefore this is my noun clause. To get a price is a noun phrase as it does not contain a subject or a predicate. Since I shall get a price makes a complete sense. Even if I remove this and I say I shall get a price, it is a complete sentence and it makes a complete sentence. Therefore, this is my noun clause. Remember that a noun clause will always have that, what, who, whether, whatever, etc. Right? It always has, like I say, I expect that I shall get a price. So here I am using that. It can be I do not expect whoever comes here. So here whoever, whatever, the weather. So a noun clause is followed by such words. But a noun phrase, it is not compulsory for that. Now let us understand more about noun subordinate clause. Now in some complex sentences, the noun clause can act as the subject of the verb. So first we are going to understand those complex sentences in which noun clause acts as a subject of the verb. So noun clause acts as a subject of the verb. Now, this statement will be clear by understanding the concept through examples. So, the first example can be that you should say so surprises me. That you should say so surprises me. That you should say is my noun clause and it is not acting as a subject but it is acting as it is not acting as an object but it is acting as a subject of the verb. So this is my noun clause. Okay, that you should say, this is my noun clause. Another example is what she said was true. Now what she said is again my noun clause which is acting as the subject of the verb. It is not acting as an object but it is acting as a subject. So these are some of the complex sentences in which the noun clause is the subject of the verb. Another example can be whatever you do matters to me. Okay, I am saying whatever you do matters to me. Here whatever you do is again my noun clause because whatever is my subject, you do is the predicate and do over here is a verb. So it contains a subject, a predicate and a verb. So you over here, a noun clause and it is acting as the subject. So first we talked about noun clause which acts as the subject of the verb. Another I am talking about a noun clause which will act as the object of the verb. Right? First I am talking about those noun clauses which act as subject. These were the examples. Now there are certain complex sentences in which the noun clause act as the object of the verb. So let us discuss that. The teacher said that she will visit the office. Now, she will visit the office is my noun clause and it is acting as the object of the verb. She will visit the office. It contains a subject. Visit the office is my predicate and visit is my verb. And since office is a noun, it works as a noun. Therefore, this is my noun subordinate clause. Another example can be the child cried as he was hurt. Now, he was hurt is again the object of the verb. So, these are some examples of the sentences in which the noun clause acts as the object of the verb. Now, the third application of noun clause can be that here noun clause can act as the object of preposition. So, the third application is that they act as object of preposition. Okay, they can act as the object of preposition. Example of such it can be pay attention to what I say. Now here 2 is acting as the object, so it is acting as the object of preposition. Another example can be there were no complaints except that the weather was too hot. The weather was too hot acts as a noun clause over here and it is acting as the object of preposition. So, these were the 3 applications of noun clause. Here we have specially discussed about a specific type of clause which is a noun clause. The noun clause acts as it works as a noun, it functions as a noun. Then we also discussed that the noun clause can act as the subject as well as the object of the verb. It can also act as the object of preposition. Then we also studied that noun clause can contain words like that, what, whether, whatever, who, etc. Then we also implemented noun clauses in various examples so that we can understand the concept in a better way.